Some Canadians who have the AIDS virus are going to get some help from the federal government. Ottawa announced today it will be giving out a total of $150 million to people who got AIDS from blood transfusions or blood products in the early 1980s. Our social affairs specialist Karen Webb reports.
I was thrilled, of course.
Rick Waynes knows more than he'd like about life and death. He has hemophilia. His blood won't clot. The blood product factor 8 has kept him from bleeding to death. It has also given him AIDS. Now the federal government will pay him $120,000 over the next 4 years, along with more than 1,000 other Canadians who contracted AIDS from the blood supply.
I'm happy that the federal government has acknowledged that they feel it is important to keep the blood supply safe.
Since 1985, when the Red Cross began its screening program, the chance of a contaminated donation slipping through is estimated to be 1 in a million. But about 300 people were infected with the AIDS virus before screening began. Hemophiliacs have always been at special risk. Some, like Wayne's, have infused at least twice a week since childhood. 40% of all hemophiliacs have been infected.
I'd like to assure the House, Mr. Speaker.
In the House of Commons this morning, Health Minister Perrin Beatty stressed the payments are not compensation. He says they are hardship assistance.
It's not a legally based claim. It's something which is designed to recognize an extraordinary circumstance, which has been a disaster for 40% of the hemophiliacs in Canada.
This is going to provide assistance to those people who have been infected.
The president of the Canadian Hemophilia Society says the organization is satisfied, but other reaction wasn't quite as positive.
What about the rest of the people with AIDS?
Many people with AIDS are pleased for hemophiliacs, but don't like the government paying some people with the virus and not all.
And the wording in the press release, too, saying that this is a form of disaster relief to Canadians who are facing extraordinary hardship. Well, all persons with AIDS or HIV are facing extraordinary hardship.
The government says it will deal with all Canadians with AIDS when it brings forward its AIDS strategy in the new year. As for others who are also seeking federal money, thalidomide victims and children damaged by vaccines, the Minister of Health says he's studying those situations. Karen Webb, CBC News, Vancouver.